Right, let's begin to reflect on what has happened tonight. And first of all, let's look at the broader picture of the title race in the Premier League, because it feels, Lee, and of course for Jovi, who's watching the City game, City drawing 2-2 at home to Nottingham Forest. Twice they led, twice Nottingham Forest pegged them back. We'll talk about the importance of that point for Nottingham Forest. But Arsenal, Lee, once again got the job done. And you feel in terms of this title race, the gap now 7 points, that tonight might be the turning point for Arsenal and ending this long wait?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously, looking at other results around, and the Man City one in particular that are chasing them down, yeah, you would think so. And I think it was, you know what, I think it was more of a dogged performance for Arsenal today. I really do. And I know that we've said this time and time again before, where they've defended really well. I mean, 2 shots on target, it's not good enough. My only concern is with Arsenal is that when they go 1 goal up, they're happy to sit back and try and soak up pressure, hit teams on the counter-attack, but they didn't really do that enough, and the quality wasn't quite there for me for Arsenal in that forward area. I mean, the Saka goal comes out of absolutely nothing size. So, you know, massive credit to the way they defended. Declan Rice was like a centre-half. It was like 3 centre-halves. You've got your full-backs that were sitting in deep. They literally were compact. Brighton probably dominated more of the football, and probably should, with a bit more quality, I've asked more questions of them, but they just didn't. And that was the unfortunate thing why they didn't get anything out of the game.
You know the sitting back, Lee? You know the sitting back business? It's not a directive from Mikel. That will be subconsciously, they think, they don't even believe they're doing it. And they just do it because they think we need to protect. We need to protect something, especially later on, the clock's ticking. I guarantee you, I certainly was one. I had a crick neck all the time. When you're in the title running, you're like that. You're like this. You're looking at the time, and it's not moving. It's not moving, and it doesn't go down. And you're just praying that you get to the final whistle, and you just automatically just sit down. You know it's not correct. Yeah. The manager will get you in Monday or tomorrow, and he will just say, "Listen, you can't do this. You need to do it." But it's really difficult.
I did see that a lot today, and like you said, I think Declan Rice probably didn't realise he was playing as a centre half today, because the times that Brighton had good possession and good moments in the game, you felt that they were throwing more bodies forward. It was forcing Arsenal back. But that's where I have to give Arsenal credit where credit's due, as Tim says. You know, being in that situation, knowing what it's all about. You need them players who are going to stand up and win headers and win second balls.
And listen, all that matters, we can talk about being unconvincing as long as we like. The only thing that will matter to an Arsenal fan tonight is the top of that table. They'll see a 7-point lead. And crucially, because heading into tonight, the gap was 5 points. It was in both of their hands because, of course, they meet in a few weeks' time. It's now in Arsenal's hands, isn't it?
Well, it is, and this is what I think Mikel Arteta, I'd love to hear what he's got to say about the game overall, but I can tell you something. I mean, he'll be thrilled, obviously, with the results that are in and around the top 2, with Man City not getting the result that probably we all expected them to get. But the fact that his team were solid, they were compact, they were hard to break down. He knows that the games that are coming up are pretty much crucial. I mean, you're looking at the likes of Everton they've got at home, you know, Bournemouth. You know, these are games where you think that, yes, you know what, this is where they can add more.
So would you fully expect the lead either to still be 7 points heading into that City game, or perhaps even more?
I think so. I think it will be. Listen, I don't see City dropping loads of points, but seeing...
But we didn't think that tonight, did we?
Well, I'd seen them concede 2 goals, you know, at home to Forest. You know, you completely say that the 2 different complexes of the sides is that Arsenal have got that dogged deep defending, haven't they?
What it does, it takes a lot of pressure off Arsenal for that match in particular now, and knowing how Arsenal have done it so far, they do not need to go and win that game now.
And also the League Cup final as well. So we talk about the psychological impact of, say, being beaten in that. It just eases the pressure on that one a little bit as well.
Absolutely, which I think fits in with what they've done. And listen, we all sit here and say they've got to be more convincing, but actually, whatever level you're playing at, you know, to go and win a league, you actually sometimes finally get more belief from these types of wins tonight when you haven't been at your best and you grind one out. And the more you do that over the course of a season, you sort of come off out the dressing room, you actually look at yourself sometimes, how did we win that tonight?
And the only thing you want to be convincing is the lead over your rivals in terms of points. And we can say 7 points is a convincing lead at this stage of the season.
Well, they've done that more this season than a Manchester City tonight, the game that I covered. You know what I mean, Simon, where they haven't quite blasted teams away, maybe been a bit, but they've got the job done. That's why they've got the lead that they have.
Yeah.
And ultimately, at the end of the season, that is all that matters.
That's why that graphic, the traffic light graphic, doesn't mean too much.
No.
You know, not at this stage of the season. We just had proof of that tonight with Nottingham Forest, because the teams in green are fighting for their lives. And even the teams in green who are not, and we feel like they're relegated,
here's the traffic light
up
again.
a fight. Like, I know they're not playing Wolves, but look at the Wolves' performance recently. Yeah. Whoever's got to play Wolves between now and the end of the season, I know these teams haven't. They've got a tough game now because they're putting themselves in the shop window to try and keep yourself in the Premier League next year at a different side.
And for City, suddenly, those next two, West Ham away. Yeah, they get a win tonight, and then Chelsea,
Yeah, don't worry if they're yellow, green or red. It does not matter. Just concentrate on getting maximum points in the game and don't read into it. If the fans look at this and they might enjoy it, it's a great graphic, by the way. I mean, I'm not knocking it, but what I'm saying is don't read too much into it.
Our producer did something. They've worked really, really hard on that.
I know, look, it looks perfect.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think they wanted it to be called the traffic light graphic, but we'll take it. Listen, how did City blow that win? Because twice they led against Forest, and we'll talk about what this means for Forest, rightly so, in just a minute. But how did they twice blow a lead at the Etihad tonight?
Well, it's funny, Si, because I think we've seen both teams probably tonight has summed up their season a little bit, and I think City have shown what we know City can do, quality, Cherky for the first goal, brilliant.
Oh my word.
He hasn't spoken for 5 minutes, so he wants to get involved.
It sounded like a car starting.
Yeah, I know. And then just those vulnerabilities that we have seen this season, and Forest didn't have much of the ball, but when they did have it, they were effective. And what you need to do to go and win there is find that moment of quality, which they absolutely did with Morgan Gibbs-White's finish and then Elliot Anderson as well. So be really disappointed for Manchester City having so much of the game, but not being able to finish off what should have been 3 points tonight. So.